long time.
Change any of these other things in here where it says 5-0, because it was 4-0, only 4 of us, I think, for here.
I will redo it, we'll table it,
Okay.
and I'll,
Yep, okay.
I don't think so, but I'll
Okay.
check.
Yeah, we're all set, so.
You good?
Yep. I don't have TV at the end anymore, so I look to my left. All set. All right, welcome everybody to the November 25th, 2025 planning board meeting. The agenda, we have a long agenda. I'm not gonna go down and list everything. We'll just take them up as they come along. Can I get a motion to table the minutes? Sarah had a couple small things that she would like to correct on that.
Are we gonna still look at them tonight?
No.
No, we're just gonna
Okay.
table them.
Okay, yeah, I'll make a motion that we table the minutes from October 14th, 2025, until another meeting, the next meeting.
I'll second that.
All those in favor? I forgot to mention David's a voting member tonight since two of our full-time people are away. All right, under new business, we've got a formal site plan review for Sean Karen and Robert Hubbard, 409 Main Street, map 6, lot 46. You guys wanna come up to the table here? All right, so why don't you introduce yourself, tell us what you're trying to do.
Well, I'm Sean, and we purchased the property at 409 Main Street, and this is Bob, and he's hoping to run a small automotive mechanic shop out of the garage that's on the property.
And Bob Hubbard.
So is the repair shop only gonna use the entrance in off 26, or do you have access to use your?
The access off of, Hines
Road.
Road is probably safer for a lot of times, you know, if it's really busy, they can use that one.
So you use both?
You could use both, but,
Okay.
you know, I mean, for safety wise, sometimes people go quite fast down through there.
So there's gonna be no bathroom facilities in there, or is
No
there
bathroom
currently?
facilities, no. And you may drop off, people drop the vehicles off.
So there won't be any waiting area for
No.
someone, the customers coming in?
No.
No, okay. So what about signage? Are you planning to put a sign?
It would be a very small sign, state inspection sign, you know, be word of mouth more or less. I don't wanna put a big 4x8 sign on it or anything.
Okay.
The house is like historical, I like to keep it that way.
So will you be adding any exterior lighting, because it's, I mean, it's dark at 4 o'clock.
I have quite a few lights right now. I have, security lights in the front and side of the house. And
But not on the garage itself?
on the garage itself, yeah, there's a big security light on the garage, lights up the whole front of the building.
Okay.
It also lights up the position of the side of it, which, yeah, I might put another one there, but I don't the door is where the light is, so that's where it should be.
Mm-hmm, okay. That's looking for one where it shows the map of the parking area.
It's, this one, you're looking for that,
It's the last one.
It's in the back here.
it's the last one before you do that.
Yeah.
There's not an overlay district down there, is there?
No.
Okay. It's just Village 4.
And there isn't a setback of the street as far as the parking
There
area?
is that parking, that the 4 cars in the front gonna need to be moved outside the 30-foot setback.
That's what I was thinking, there was something there. Is there space in the back for them?
Yes, there's also places up on the back.
You have any other issues with this, Scott, other than the setback on the parking?
No, it's, so you got parking for 7 cars there now. In the front of the fence. You got
Yes.
just like 3 by the fence and you had 4 proposed, but you're gonna have to slide those back out of that.
The
setback.
four can slide up beside the garage, yes,
Okay.
or on the right side behind the fence.
So you'd never have more than that parked there then.
What's that?
You'd never have more than the 7
There
parked
should
there.
not be more than 7, it's only a 1.5 bay garage, so I don't want that many vehicles.
Well, I think without us going down a road that we shouldn't go down again with something that happened on Route 11 where there's a tremendous amount of vehicles over what we thought we specified,
Mhm.
do you think we should put in a maximum amount of vehicles that can be stored on site? Which would be an enforcement issue for you, which would be crystal clear versus this other site.
Yeah,
where
that's
you're
why I
so-
asked if he's gonna have parked 7 vehicles there.
Well, that's, the answer I heard
Right.
back is 7 or more.
Right.
Hopefully not more. I just don't, I want it to be definitive, so if you have to go enforce
He
something.
does have parking behind the fence, I don't know how many,
That would
Those are your
hold, that
personal-
would hold 6 vehicles back there, but that's mainly my own private, vehicles, my plow trucks. But I mean, it could be an overflow,
so,
Behind the garage, you're talking?
yes.
well,
Not
to the
fence, yeah,
to
On
the
the side.
right-hand side of the garage, he's got a fence.
okay,
That's
between there and the
different.
fence, okay. And there's not a side setback for that, for the parking on the
Not
side?
for parking, no, not
Okay.
on the sides. Do we
Kind
wanna
of like
make
the
it,
road, you have it right on the line.
Right,
so do we wanna limit the parking to the 7 in the front and 3 in the rear, behind the fence?
so we're moving.
mean, that
moving
would
these
exclude
4
their
over where
personal
the 3 are
vehicles.
now. Is that what you're saying, Scott?
Yeah, we'd slide those down, that would
Right.
exclude their personal vehicles, but
Right,
vehicles for the business.
right. And then-
So is that hammerhead already in there in the pavement?
I believe that the hammerhead's there in the driveway, right? The turnaround,
Yes, yes.
It's already there?
That's already there,
That's
yeah.
existing? Yeah, I mean, I don't care what the number is, but I would like to have a number that is amount of vehicles that are actively or waiting to be worked on can't exceed a certain number. Like you're saying, if he's gonna have his plow truck there and whatever, that's gonna be fine, it's just I don't wanna have this turn into another
no, I agree.
issue, so. Can you come up with a definitive number
A
that you'd like?
definitive number I would say 10 would be maximum, and it shouldn't exceed over 7 anyway. But I'm just saying, in case there was something, like you have to order parts, and sometimes it takes a month to get them, or 3 weeks to get them from California. I mean, I don't anticipate doing work like that,
Stickers.
Once again, I'm not here to argue, not
Yep.
here to whatever, we just wanna have a number because we've had issues with this in the past.
I totally understand.
So you're saying 10?
That would be the absolute maximum of
Oh.
non-owned
Non-owned
vehicles, yes.
I'm not against that, but once again, if we do approve this, whatever, conditionally, we'll need to get a new one of these showing exactly where the parking is and so forth, okay? Anybody from the board have any questions on this? That was basically the only issues, it's an allowed use. George, you got anything else? You mentioned signs and,
Yeah, I asked him about signage, and he said he was just gonna have a
yeah.
portable sign probably for that.
Well,
right?
it's like
Portable
those-
sign or
it's
a
like,
state inspection sign,
You know,
but
the
it's
state inspection yellow ones,
Right.
are, you know,
Right,
a regulatory sign.
yeah.
all right.
And there's adequate exterior lighting for that,
It's existing, yeah.
is existing, so, good, okay. No, I'm good with everything else, and
We need to know hours of operation.
This is,
Should be in there.
It's in there.
Yeah, it's in there.
that's what I said about lighting, because you got times here that's dark now. Do you, Sean, actually live there at the house as well, or
Yeah, I live in the accessory apartment.
you just?
That's the house.
Okay. And are you planning to employ other people, or?
Not at this time. I've got a fellow that comes and helps me, does welding and stuff that I really don't weld that good, so I have a welder that can come in and I've been a state inspection mechanic for 40+ years. I've ran Midas Muffler for 20. You know, so I've been familiar with the business,
Okay.
you know.
But you're only got one bay anyway, so.
It's only a one bay.
Hard to hire another mechanic.
Yeah, it would be true.
I
You
get
know,
that.
sometimes you need somebody to hold apart, but you know.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying, yeah. Yeah, I'm good with it.
what are you doing for waste disposal? You gonna have a,
I have 5 gallon, I have 1 and 5 gallon buckets. I dispose of everything and I take it twice a week, Mondays and Fridays. I'll take it to the disposal station. And I also have, Napa will take off waste oil also, but I donate it to the town because they use it the garage. My own personal vehicles, I generate enough, I usually donate 10 gallons a month, or not a month, but you know, every couple of months.
so that's, no bathroom facilities, you gonna have water out in the building at all?
No,
Okay.
just a refrigerator with bottled water.
Oh, I hate to bring this one up too. Landscaping plan, Scott, do we need to do anything with that? I mean, everything's existing, but it's a business going in. I mean, is there anything that has to be done with that?
Picture of the front of it.
No.
There's already shrubbery.
Well, yeah, the shrub with the road.
Right.
There's nothing around the building, and I don't know where you can put it. It's paved right up to the front.
Alright, let me just say, let's look at peak hour, stormwater. All that is non-applicable. The only other thing would be spill plan. Do we need a spill plan? So I'm assuming it's in the Worthley Brook watershed. The Worthley Pond watershed, I think it's,
I think that's actually,
because it, on Mr. Smino's property, there's a split there. Part of the property is in the Rank Pond, and the other part is in Worthley, so I think we would need at least something written as a spill plan, because of fluids and so forth. Okay. All right, let's, can I have a motion on the checklist, please?
Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept the formal site plan review checklist for Sean Karen and Robert Hubbard, 409 Main Street, map 6, lot 46.
All those in favor?
Well, we need a second first.
I'll second
I'm
that.
sorry, I didn't raise this hand, so. All right, so 4-0 on that. Okay, so before we move on, reach out, because it's unusual for us to have this many people in the audience. So abutters, anybody a butter of this project that wishes to speak about it? Yes, ma'am. Yes.
My name's Kevin O'Connor.
Okay.
I live at 38 Hines Road, right around the corner from the proposed auto repair shop. And I support it 100%. I think it would be good for the town. The repairs I've had at the franchised businesses are getting way out of control. So I think it would be good for the town to have a local mechanic that they can go and have their cars serviced. So I have no issues with it. No issues with pollution, noise. In my house, there's a stone throw from this. So, thank you for letting me speak.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Joe Semino, owner of Top Gun, and I'd certainly like to welcome Bob Hubbard and Sean to the town. It's not easy to go into a town cold and start a brand new business. And I was a former abutter before I sold the property next door, but I certainly support Bob and his endeavor with a new business, and we certainly can use that new business. So, thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Anybody else wish to speak on this? Going once, going twice? All set? All right, I guess I'll take a formal motion with a new drawing,
Yeah.
and new drawing showing the parking and spill control.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make a motion that we accept and approve the formal site plan review for Sean Karen and Robert Hubbard, 49 Main Street, map 6, lot 46, with the condition that they provide a new site plan with the parking spots located in the proper location, and it'd be a maximum of 10 vehicles that are there. And then also the spill plan for, and it's, also there'll be no public hearing and not necessary to have a site walk, so.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Thank you, Joe.
All right.
So
Thank you very
basically,
much.
so you understand that just a new drawing here showing the parking, just generate a spill control plan, it doesn't have to be elaborate, just write up what you're gonna do if you have a spill there, antifreeze, oil, whatever, whatever the
Well,
stuff you throw
yeah.
on it and all that.
I keep buckets of floor dried there anyway,
It's
a
just
floor
something
dry.
to,
Yeah, and I'll have mats there, so.
yeah. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Bring the business to town.
Oh, time frame? Oh, give, 7 days be too long to get this in writing to you, Scott?
No, that's fine.
Okay, I'll try to do it within 7 days, I'll have it formal written. Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys, thank you.
Oh, don't forget your bag over there.
Oh, yeah. I brought extra paperwork just in case.
Yep.
Thank you very much, guys.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
this.
Have a good night.
Alright, the next one we have is an amended minor subdivision application for Mayors on, well, whatever, it says 0 Bakerstown Road, map 15 lot 8A. So, let's, just give us an update on what you're looking to do and why you're looking
Yep.
to do it.
Great to see you all again. My name's Nick Chopi. I work for land surveyor for Teradyne Consultants. and here representing Greg Mayer. And we are just proposing to make a minor adjustment to the hammerhead to reduce the size from 60 feet long to 58 feet long. And then the only other thing I did was depict the actual foundation plan from the of the buildings. Because initially I just kind of had a rectangle there that was just like, you know, proposed building window. But now I actually depicted the foundation plan.
Anybody on the board have a issue with this? It seems like it's pretty de minimis changes. Scott, do you have anything on that?
No.
What are you looking at that, George? Is there a name on the
Oh, road?
Brightman's Way.
Right.
right way? Okay.
Brian,
Yep, they've already put it there. Yeah.
So on easements, I'm gonna change that to not applicable to provided, because there's an electrical easement, isn't there, for underground there?
Yep.
I'll take a motion for the checklist being complete.
I make a motion that the application for amended minor subdivision for, is it Burton Borough subdivision at Bakerstown Road is complete.
Second,
I second.
any discussion? All those in favor? Is there anybody in the audience that wishes to speak about this application? Going once, going twice, nope. All right, I guess we can do a formal,
We can approve the amended subdivision application for Burton Borough at 0 Bakerstown Road, map 15, lot 8A, as amended and with no site walk and no public hearing required.
okay, can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? All right, we're gonna go into the next three applications, or formal shoreline zoning applications.
You're good.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
You guys are good to go.
Terrific.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take your buffer, but we can do that.
We're not here. Okay,
Right.
I do have a stamp plan, should I leave that here, or
You have a Mylar and a paper.
forget it about the Mylars? Okay, okay. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, have a good day.
Good job, buddy.
Nailed it.
All right, so we've got a formal shoreline zoning application for Bouchard's at 193 Birch Drive, map 44, lot number 97. Have at it.
All right, Lon Stewart Davis with Davis Land Surveying, here representing Donna and John Bouchard. Mr. Cleary was gonna be here, but I don't see he showed up. But in any case, the Bouchards, own property is lot 97, pulling tax map 44. And the book and page is included in the package. The property consists of 14,800 square feet with 105 feet of frontage on Birch Drive, 256 feet of shore frontage on Middle Rank Pond, and located in the limited residential district. The total impervious area existing now is 2,537.2 square feet, or 17.1% of the impervious and lot coverage. What they're proposing to do is, there's an existing, little thing to do here. I'll try not to get you in the eyes, Scott.
There's one behind you too.
Yeah. But right now, there's an existing, deck on the, can you slide that over? The existing front deck. Is this not working?
We'll work on the screen.
Oh, yeah, it might not work on the screen.
Existing front deck here now, walkway with pavers, and then you got this overhang here. So what they're proposing to do is replace that deck with a smaller deck. It's gonna be 8.3 by 12.8 versus the 8 by 16. And also putting on this 10 by 12 addition here, and then replacing this walkway with non-impermeable pavers. And then at the same time, we're also adding to the septic tank. If you can slide that way a little bit. The septic system is currently right here, designed for 2 bedrooms. They're adding another bedroom to it. So they're extending the end of the tank to accommodate for the 3 bedrooms. And to get back down to the 17.1, they're removing this portion of the gravel driveway. They're gonna removing some of the railroad ties that are down here, and then the portions of the deck that'll get removed. And that'll keep them at the 292 square feet that they're gonna replace and remove, and still keep the 17.1 square feet. All the numbers are within the package as far as the lot coverage and impervious area. You can go through them if you want, but they're all right right there. So basically, they're removing some stuff, adding some stuff and removing to keep it basically the same at the 17.1. In this new addition on the front, the bedroom area is not gonna change the roof heights at all. So the roof height will be the same. We've also applied for the permit by rule through DEP. We did receive this one back, that they approved this one. The other two we applied for tonight, they're waiting to see what the board does. But this one was approved.
So who approves the variance request, Scott, on the septic stuff?
I,
You do.
if it's,
Just as part of the
I
plan?
haven't seen, well, I haven't seen the full set. You might show me a copy, but I don't have a copy of it. It depends on what the variances are. If it's within my authority, then I can
With it
approve
being
it.
the plumbing inspection.
Right, but sometimes there's a state variance on there that requires state.
You didn't receive this new septic design, Scott?
Probably in here, right?
Yeah, I mean, it actually lists 3,
Yeah.
4, 5 different things.
It'll say on there. Yeah, that's all within my approval, right?
Anybody here from the board? It's just, once again, it's that shell game of taking impervious areas out so that you can add square footage.
But if the allowed is 15%, their existing is 17.1%, then they can keep it at 17.1%?
Yeah, whatever you currently at.
Then
Whatever,
they
whatever,
can keep
whatever is currently legal and permitted, that is there, you can expand to that.
that. Okay.
You'll see one coming up that's a lot more than 17%. Anybody else have any questions? That was basically mine, was to do the variances on that.
That last page is usually a check off that says whether it's a local variance or a state variance.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, yeah, I did see it, says local, yeah.
Just bear within reason, the state usually grants whatever they ask for as well.
Okay, I guess I'll go down to the checklist. I don't remember my glasses. So name of designer and plans, is that why Mike's name was on there? Mike's gonna be doing the work,
The builder.
Yeah,
the builder?
Mike's gonna be doing
Yeah,
that.
So they're just adding extra chambers to that chamber system is what the plan is.
Yeah.
Doesn't say, not that it matters for this, but like the size of those chambers, I mean, like, isn't there, like, there's so many gallons of liquid that each one holds in each chamber? I don't know if you know, that's probably a George
That's over my head,
question,
George,
right?
but I assume there's a detail in there.
Yeah, well, no, it just shows the extra chambers, now it's just
Yeah, the 4
a 1,000-gallon tank, but the chambers are separate, it doesn't say, this
The
is,
chambers don't hold any liquid.
well,
They
they
just
hold,
disperse
they hold, well, they hold the effluent from the tank, Chambers do. That's where it goes, instead of a leach field, it goes to Chambers.
Right, that's just a drainage area. The chambers are just a drainage area, they don't hold water. They don't hold.
No, but they fill them and they goes out gradually. That's my understanding of how Chambers work.
No, it works the same way as any metal leaching
Yeah.
field, it just.
Yeah, it goes out, but I'm just saying as far as, it's like extending your field, when you add extra chambers, you're increasing your field,
Right.
correct?
Right,
You're
it'd be like,
increasing your capacity.
it'd be like coming out to a central D blocks, and you
Right.
split into 3
Put
different
another
lines,
line,
It's-
right.
right, but this is,
Right.
Now, this one's just extending,
right, this is
one at
just,
the front and two at three at the
yeah,
back.
pretty,
Yeah, because you'll have a higher volume of gray water going into that, basically effluent going into that.
all right, I'll take a motion on the checklist, please.
Make a motion that we approve the checklist for formal shoreline zoning application, Donna and John Bouchard, 193 Birch Drive, map 44, lot 7.
Can I have a second, please?
I second the motion.
All right. All those in favor? All right, we'll go to the formal, but before we do, anybody here wish to speak about this application? No? A lot of people here that don't want to speak tonight. All right, I guess we'll go on to the final, please.
We all came to see me.
Yeah,
We all came to see you, sir.
charge admission.
I'll make a motion that we accept the formal shoreline zoning application for Donna and John Bouchard, 193 Birch Drive, map 44, lot 97, as presented with no public hearing and no sidewalk necessary.
And we probably should mention the septic waivers that local plumbing inspector can,
Okay, yeah, it's conditions on being separated from the local plumbing inspector approval. Yeah, correct.
I second that motion.
All right,
all right, discussion? All those in favor? That's one down, Stuart, give me a minute to, more paperwork than I've done in a month. I don't know how we've done that in the past, Scott, but I'll let you sign off on the checklist, the point system.
Oh,
I think sometimes I signed them, sometimes you did. You gonna be wanting any of your splines back, or is that just go in the circular file?
No,
Alright.
give them to all your friends.
Well, I am starting to burn wood again, so
There you go, nice great fire starter.
I don't think the colored paper does, but that's a different story. We're gonna go on to the next formal shoreline zoning application. Help me with that, McGlue?
yeah.
McGlue, Alan and Audrey McGlue, 11 Penny Road, map 33, lot 5.
And that one too.
Let's see it, that's your convenience.
Here again, Stuart Davis from Davis Land, we're here representing Alan and Audrey McClue. Their lot being on 11 Penny Road, which is on lot 5, tax map 33. The deed is included within the packet. Parcel comprises approximately about 3.9 acres with 81 feet of frontage on Bakerstown Road, 679.4 feet on Klondike Road, and approximately 350 feet on Penny Road, which is a private access way, and has about 92 feet of shore frontage on Tip Lake. And again, is in the limited residential district. And the back portions are in the rural residential zone. It's a fairly large lot. But this one's a little bit more involved than the last one we were just looking at. this property has 11,289 square feet of impervious area, so 6.7%. Well below the 15% is allowed. What these folks are looking to do, if you look at the existing conditions plan, the wood planters in the front, patio pavers, that stuff was not permitted. So that's not really included in the calculations, but we did push the, have pushed the building back behind the 25-foot. And then what they're proposing to do, there also is that shed they're gonna keep, and then that pavilion next door, down towards the shore, that's gonna stay. But the camp itself is gonna come down, and be replaced with, same side, but anyways, being replaced with almost the same square footage of the house, and then adding a little walkway along the back of the house. The entrance will be out the side, on the shed side. With the septic system in the back, and between the house and the septic, and the neighbor has issues with some water here, because most of this was all swamp when they rebuilt this over the years. So a lot of this land is really wet. But the area between the house and the septic area is real soggy. It's not been designated as wetlands, but it's real soggy, so the soils aren't good. So that's why we got them back at least to 25, and then designed this so it wasn't gonna go back much farther than the, up to the 75 foot. So everything's made really between 50, the 25 and the 50, or the 45 and the 75. Again, we've done the permit by rule on this one as well. They sent notification back there, waiting to see what the board does as far as getting this approved or not. And there will be no real net change in the square. They're still gonna maintain the 6.7% when it's all said and done, which again is well below the 15. The closest point of the existing structure at that time was 17.4 feet, so we'd be looking to stay at that point, or I think we're actually setback reduction from the 30 down to the 20 feet, or the 17.7 feet, I mean, for that, to maintain that 17 feet that's there now.
I'm talking, this is the shore, this stuff in this corner. That's from the corner, so I'm thinking stuff in this corner here. Could be that from the lake, it's 25, but back into that corner there.
Anybody from the board have any questions?
Yeah, I
It's
think-
kind of one of those odd shaped lots with a heck of a lot of wetland on it.
Right. Yeah, I think looks like he's done the best he can to, the way he had to work with there, you know, especially where it's wet and. So,
Scott, you have issues with this?
Greatest practical is still an issue for me. I guess I don't, it can hold a parking area, it can't hold a structure.
What's that?
That parking area is there, that's not wet, is it?
You get soggy, they say, at certain times of the year, but not as soggy as the lawn area back there, I guess. And the neighbor next door has water issues all the time.
Left to right.
And And they're gonna place this on a pad, which is already at, well, the existing's at 312, they're gonna maintain the 312 height, which is 3 feet higher than the flood zone.
Which one has the problems with the water, the Kellys or the?
Yeah. From what I understand, I don't know about the lady next door.
If the Kellys are the wet side, the parking area towards
Well, the center,
the other side is wet too? Who are they? The Labbies? Disturbing Labbies?
yeah.
What you asking, Cheryl?
So if the Kellys are the side that has the water issue, the parking area is actually on the other side, and that has a water issue as well? And
Well, I
that's
guess
what
it
Scott was
gets,
kind of
you know,
wondering.
in the springtime, I guess it gets a little soggy and whatnot, but, not as bad as this lawn area right in here.
Where the septic is?
Yeah, between the septic and the septic is raised up some, but
Okay.
that area from the septic to the house, it's quite spongy. I mean, this whole area down there is wet. She was, when they put these camps there, they put a lot of fill, I assume, over the years to get these camps where they are. The whole thing down through there is all wet. Klondike Drive. He has 3.9 acres of land, but only about 9/10 of that is usable.
How old was the existing house that was there?
The existing house that was there kind of sat on piers, but you drop a marble at the floor, it'll end up on the other side pretty quick. The floors were doing this,
Yeah.
the ceilings were coming down, the interior walls were going in. It was, it
I
seemed
was just
better
wondering
days.
what year they built it there because of it being so wet, you know, when they finally were able to do that. Was it before shoreline zoning regulations were not what
Oh,
they
yeah,
are
it was,
now?
yeah, it's an old camp, it was an old camp.
Yeah, that's what I
I
thought,
don't
maybe,
know if it's a 30s, 40s, 50s vintage.
yeah. Not that it's relevant, just curiosity, I guess, more than anything,
Yeah, it was, it's in pretty rough shape.
yeah.
Well, on the property card, it says 1970.
That's a guesstimate.
Right,
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
There may have been some improvements in the 70s, but I think the front portion of the house, just by looking inside, being inside and seeing it's older than 70s.
Yeah.
It might have improved it.
Most of them, on all lakes, were built as camps, eventually, you know, initially. That's what, how it was, the people didn't live in them year round,
Started out as a fishing camp,
yeah,
turned into a year-round home.
right.
So is the access for 14 Penny Road, is that coming down through Penny Road?
Which one's 14?
That's a,
Neighbor, yeah,
Yeah.
she has, they all have access through Penny Road. She has access, and so does Miss Blues. And Penny Road also feeds the Kellys and Dominic down the road. But they all have access rights. From Route 11 in.
I mean, that would be the only thing I would be concerned about if you tried to move it back into where that parking area is, regardless if it's wet, whatever, then the parking area for this camp is gotta shift back, which goes into this area where these people have a right to get to their, you know, an easement to get down in through there to their camp.
I think one of their other concerns is, I think she lives down here year-round for most of the year, so plowing, by moving this back and thinking, well, plowing was gonna become an issue for her. Well, for whoever's gonna plow it, it was gonna burden her property more. From what they were saying.
Does anybody from the board have any other discussion, any concern? You think if we go back to, you think this is the, I mean, we've gotta make that determination if we think it's the best practical extent to move it back.
Yeah, I think it is, I mean, with what he's saying, it's, you're pushing back into a marshier area if you try to push it back into that parking area. Right?
Well,
And
it's
again, they
like-
also had some concerns with the plowing for the neighbor next
So
door.
the neighbor, right,
Where's the access? Joe's talking
yeah, the turnaround.
Look at it on this one over here,
You click this bottom right corner.
Sean. It comes down,
That's Penny Road,
about. Oh,
so,
okay.
so it comes down into the
That's
narrow, start to access the next door.
this is it here, so, yeah. But there's an access next door where, right over here, I guess. Is it Penny Road or Waterhouse?
That's
Sure.
water
It's
now.
Penny.
Penny, and I don't see the other, looking, oh, unless you're talking this drive here, that turnaround. Is that what you're talking about, this,
What?
where the other neighbor comes in right here?
Yeah,
Where that
because if
turnaround-
this gets shifted back here,
Right,
that's where the parking is,
yeah,
and the house gets shifted all the way back here, where do you push? When you got wetland on either side,
yeah,
where do you push the snow? You can't push it onto your neighbor,
no,
you know?
you don't wanna be plowing over this septic field either.
No, definitely not. Know that from experience. I mean, I think it's justifiable.
Yeah,
I mean, don't wanna sway anybody else, but.
No, but it's not, there aren't too many other options that I can see.
Alright, well, I'll do the checklist and we'll make a decision.
What are your thoughts, Cheryl? Unless you, but you saw where I pointed to, right? This
Yeah.
here.
Right, which on here is here.
It's right above the house, right up above, right here, this is the turnaround right there, and it's push into. I think that's what that is showing. Right there, the driveway. So the parking area here,
Yeah, and everything beyond the driveway and back towards is all, it's all wetlands back there.
with a snowboard. I don't know, I'm just saying, there's not much else you can do. I mean, what are they doing now, you know, they basically be, if they're in there in the winter, they're pushing it somewhere, right?
Right. They clean, I think the Magoo's plan on coming up more in the winter, and I believe this lady next door is year round.
That levy,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they'll be.
Alright, I'll entertain a motion on the checklist, please.
make a motion, checklist is complete for formal shoreline zoning application, Alan Audrey McClue, 11 Penny Road, map 33, lot 5.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Anybody in the audience wish to speak about this application? Looks like we got all the applicants.
They're waiting until the end. Let me give you a motion for it, or you good, you ready, something else? There's no conditions there that we're thinking of, is there? What's, nothing for you? Okay.
Just you.
No, just the on-site and the public hearing.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, we do formal.
I'll make
Yeah,
a,
we did apply for the permit by rule, but I think they're waiting for whether you guys are gonna approve or deny this, and then they'll.
Right.
okay. Well, make a motion to approve the formal shoreline zoning application for Alan and Audrey McClue, 1 Penny Road, map 33, lot 5. We, not necessary for a sidewalk or a public hearing.
I'll second that motion.
Alright, discussion, all those in favor? You're getting better and better at putting more stuff on a big piece of paper.
What's that?
You're getting better and better at putting more and more information on one big piece of paper here.
Maybe does a good job, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's not just proposed and existing, it's all the other stuff.
She does a good job. I don't do any drafting anymore.
All right, the next one is the formal shoreline zoning application for the O'Neills at 71 Chickadee Lane, map 37, lot number 2.
Ready to go, Jim?
Yes. Let's get my bearings, but yeah, go right ahead.
All right, well, again, I'm Stuart Davis of Davis Land Surveying here representing Daniel and Lynn O'Neill. This property at 71 Chickadee Lane in Poland, shown on map 37, lot 2. This one's fairly the same, but a little bit more convoluted to this one. This one has approximately 17,000 square feet of area, 148 feet of frontage on Chickadee Lane, 105 on Middle Rank Pond. And again, located in both the limited residential and resource protection. This lot has 24.9% of lot coverage impervious. And it's a very steep lot, has a long gravel driveway down to it. They're not proposing to move the camper, or just do some expansion to it. I know Scott has talked to the clients, and he also, when I first met with him, said that he probably really didn't really want us to do anything on the, if you look at the house from the lake on the left-hand side. But again, we're asking for a reduction from the 30-foot side setback down to 20, in which case we could get the 10 by 11 proposed bedroom and then the 10 by, it's like 8 bathroom on that side, and then the other side of the house, on the driveway side, is where the other proposed addition would be, which would be 12 by 14 on that side of that, 12 by 11. Can you see that? So the reason we can't move this back, if you look at the pictures, there's a very steep bank behind the house. So there's no way to move this thing back. If you look at the last picture, it's a fairly significant steep bank. So most of it is, all of it's outside the 25. It does squeeze around underneath the bottom deck, but most of the structure itself is outside the 25 to begin with. So what we're proposing is we can get the reduction down from 30 to 20 on that, let's say the southerly side of the house, for the proposed bedroom and the bathroom, and then that would still leave them enough room on the other side of the house for this other addition and not disturb the driveway, because they don't have a lot of, they're pretty limited where they can park and what's going on down there now. And they like to keep the shed. It's the only storage they have. I guess the biggest thing with this one is we can't move this back. We're looking for the reduction for down to 20 feet so we could fit that bedroom and the bathroom on that side, because we can't do anything in the back. Oh, and in the front, there's proposing a little proposed deck on the front of the bedroom. It's a 4 foot wide. It would connect out, allow them to come out of the bedroom, walk onto the front deck that's there now. And that's gonna be even farther away from the water, 33 feet farther back from the water. The closest point now to the water is 19.5, which is that front deck, the lower deck that's on the, it's existing.
Under that lower deck, that's not basement area, is it, or is that, cause I can't tell from the picture, is that,
It's all open, it's on,
it's all over?
It's on
It's
piers.
all open, yeah, it's all on
Okay.
piers.
Okay,
And these new additions will go on piers as well.
okay.
And everything's pretty much gonna be done with, what he's thinking, a lot of hand tools. And again, we applied for a permit by rule for this one as well, but again, they're waiting to see what the board chooses to do.
So basically, on the southerly side then, I'm assuming that's a pine tree there, that's have to come out according to the picture. I don't see it on the,
That's on the other side, oh, there's one over there,
no.
yeah,
it's
over here, I
There's
see
one
it,
over,
Yeah.
there's a big one here and there's one over here. It's-
I see it, yeah,
It's middle picture on your left.
right.
And that little, looks like about an 8-inch,
Yeah.
something. Well, I'm not sure, Jim, we didn't locate the tree, I don't know if there's enough. We're coming out 10 feet. I guess again,
I mean,
it's-
from the,
again, I
from the
think-
perspective, if you look at the one that's definitely below it, the picture on the left, you've got that other pine that's uphill of that over by the stone.
Right.
So that one tree would have to come out, right? Because it's where,
So that's gonna be over here, 12 feet,
I don't know, come out 8 feet, but
over here,
I would assume that that would just,
maybe 11 feet.
Yeah,
So
I-
the decks are still. Was everything on this permitted, Scott? Did you have
sorry, no.
anything?
Most of that stuff was there prior to zoning.
Okay.
They did some interior models and new piers 3 or 4 years ago.
I mean, the lots were created in the 50s.
Right.
Not getting down that one in the winter.
What's that?
Well, you may get down, but you won't get back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, to keep the impervious the same, they did have a gravel area over on the side of the driveway, they're gonna remove that.
Yep.
Turn that back to grass, but.
Yep.
Couple times I went there, I parked up on top, and walked down.
Alright, I guess I'll,
So if we're not gonna relocate, replace or reconstruct, how do we give them the 20-foot setback? Page 52 in your old book.
I had it written as page 53, but that's okay. It's been
And that's why you sent me this guy,
Yeah.
this F1.
Was the shed permitted, do you know?
Again,
It's
most
too
of that
old.
stuff is way beyond, I mean, it's structural, not by any means, I can tell you that.
You're saying we'd have to do a waiver then because it's 19 and a half instead of 20 feet.
No, he's saying. He's. I think
23, 25.3 would be their max side setback. If you're not gonna relocate. It's an existing setback.
See, to me, this can't be, right?
Right.
And then this is saying it's more important to protect the resource than your front and side setbacks. And then it says the dimension of the lot, to meet the setback requirement between the well and the disposal.
I don't believe they have a well, I think they're like another lake.
Drawn out of the way.
And then the septic's up behind, up on the hill behind the shed.
I guess I'm not understanding your question on that, Scott, because it seems like to me, this can't, the applicant cannot relocate, reconstruct, and replace the existing footprint of the structure and meet the setback requirements for both the resource being protected, the lake, and the side lot lines. Obviously, it can't meet that, correct?
Could if it was relocated, but
How?
But we can't really locate.
It's saying if it's gonna be relocated, you gotta do it to the best practical extent, and we basically determined you can't move it back.
no,
So-
but that, if they were planning to relocate, then you could give them the 20. That's the only way. We've had, this has been come up before us before. On a brand new build. It's not reconstructed, relocated, or,
So you're saying because this is an addition? To me, this reads, and I'm not gonna get into that aspect of it, is it seems to me that this is saying that if you can relocate it, you have to relocate it before you do additions, if you can meet. But it's saying if you can't meet that, then you can't relocate it to begin with and then add on to it, so I guess
Right.
it's, I understand with the new builds but I thought we did this over in Jordan Shore. When Billy Foster was on the board, it was the same type of issue that it was, I thought we allowed them to add on and so forth because there were like massive pine trees over there.
Right, we did,
And
and it was
stuff.
a big embankment behind it.
There was a
or
bank.
And ledge in behind.
That and stone and stuff, but, so that's Matt. That's Matt.
And I will say, over the years, as you know, you've seen me here several times, and we've always proposed using the 20 and the 20 from the road and 20 from the side and rear, unless we're already within, like the last one, 17 feet. Now all of a sudden, we're gonna be asking waivers from 30 down to 20 in situations like this, which previously we never asked for a reduction in the setbacks.
we did the same thing for a new build on Jordan Shore that you did.
That's because it was a vacant lot. So Jordan, that was Birch Drive. we had a
Birch
vacant
Drive.
lot.
Yes.
Yeah, vacant lot. We used the 30-foot setbacks on that. I think if you go back through all the applications I brought before the board, we've always presented them with either either what they were at, less than the 20, or assume the 20, side and road.
The majority of those are gonna be rebuilds, relocations.
Yep, some of them were. Some of them were able to move back. This one we can't really do much with as far as relocating.
I don't know, I read it a different way. I read it that if this structure could be moved back to the setback requirements from the resource, and this is the resource and the front and the side lot line, so you can't meet all of those.
that, you can't. Right.
So, but I think if this could have been relocated, it should be relocated before you add on to it, but it can't be relocated to meet these setback.
Right.
And then you go up here, and this is just a fluffy statement by saying, we think that the resource is more important than the setbacks. And we'd be willing to give, and then this one's just saying, as long as, your plumbing and your septic are, meet
Meet, right,
You know,
setbacks and.
well, meet the distance
Right.
requirements on that. It's, I'm just gonna do the checklist anyhow for, while we figure out discussing this a little bit more. All right, I'll ask for a motion on the checklist.
Make a motion that we approve the checklist for form shorelines on the application, Daniel, and then O'Neill, 71 Chickadee Lane, map 37, lot 2, is complete.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All those in favor? All right, what do people think about, what is this? 503,
504.3.
504.3
F.
F, subsection 2, and the little things that go along with that?
It certainly falls into that category. I mean, so what do you give it for a solution? Is the question, I guess.
Well, I give it the solution of how I stated it, and I think that if this is an issue going forward, it needs to be clarified by saying, if the structure could be relocated to meet the setbacks, then you gotta relocate it before you do the additions, or you just say it can be, cause it's never gonna meet the front you know,
Right, and you, because of where it's located, moving it back is gonna be an issue as well, right?
right, but it's from both the resource and the front and side lines, yeah, so you'll never meet this.
All of it, right.
And it's not this, or that, or this, or that, or this, it's and on every single one of these. So if you can't relocate it to do whatever, I don't know why you can't, and then it's a non-conforming structure that you should be able to add on to by whatever percentages as in our book, and then this saying that we're protecting the resource and the septic and the water source are far enough apart,
Right.
then it seems like if this and this and this all apply, this is what the outcome could be.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
And I think if this is something that we need to clarify or codify in here better, then I think we need to do that.
Mhm.
But that's
Going
my
forward-
opinion.
Going forward, but yeah, when, with,
Anybody else wanna weigh in, or we just gotta vote on this, or?
So we're looking at this as a relocation, basically. Greatest practical extent.
We're looking at it as greatest practical extent in the sense of, because the structure can't be relocated, we agree with that, correct? To meet setback
No,
requirements.
Can't go back, but can it go sideways? I don't know.
Well, once again, you go sideways, you're going into your gravel, I don't have you're going over towards your driveway. I don't see the elevation, I mean, it's obviously steep coming down here, I don't have a good picture of it coming down the driveway, but.
it's 330 behind the shed there, and then 316 at the steps. Elevation. So you're talking 15 feet there, 14 feet, whatever. Do they plan to put a well in then, you saying they don't have one? Or will they be using lake water?
I think they're gonna continue to use the lake water, I don't think nothing was ever settled putting a well in, George, so.
This is the septic here.
That's the field there, yeah. So it's behind what line is that? There.
I mean, even where it sits now, if you wanted to slide this thing over to the north side, you're still not gonna get much farther away from the water.
Right. Well, you got that little indentation right square in the middle almost.
Yeah.
So then what do you do with all the stormwater runoff coming down the gravel driveways, where you have your riprap? You're gonna revegetate a little small, something that looks like home plate. And then where are you gonna cut into that, and cut into that bank to create your parking areas?
Mm-hmm.
Cause I mean, that's the only way you could do, is to generate a parking area.
Which they don't have a lot of room to do that. Pretty much what you see at the bottom of the hill is what they got, and that's good for about 2 cars.
Yeah.
David? We're just gonna go one by one?
I agree with everything you said, I guess. Like I said, move forward.
Okay. I do, and I think I'm fine with moving forward, but if this is gonna be an issue, I think it's definitely gonna need to be cleaned up, because obviously Stuart's brought us some in here that have dealt with this before.
Right.
Um,
I mean, if you look at this greatest practical extent, you guys feel that this is greatest practical extent, then I think that that applies. I mean, I think you can go to that point.
But greatest practical extent is not dealt with in this
I
issue.
know.
That's what I'm saying, so,
But if you feel it's relocated, you can't be relocated, then you've dealt with greatest practical extent.
okay. But greatest practical extent, that portion of the code doesn't give us that setback reduction though, does it?
Well, but if you're dealing with this application as a relocation, you feel that it can't be relocated, then you can use that section. Because it's only for applications to relocate, replace, and reconstruct. It doesn't say additions.
Yeah, but it doesn't say relocate, reconstruct, or replace the existing footprint of the structure and meet side, front, and, resource.
Yeah, resource.
To me, this doesn't read that. You use best practices. I understand what you're saying, but to me, this just reads as, this is another thing, so it should have addition or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I believe this is to the greatest practical extent, but if we go back into here and say we can't relocate it because it's at the greatest practical extent that we're thinking about, because it's gonna, you know, the environmental damage and so forth, then we use that, but then I don't see that, because you're still not reconstructing, replacing the footprint, you're just adding on to it.
Right, but it's not just, it doesn't have to be all three, it's one or the other, relocations, replacements, or, it's not all three. So if you're looking at it as it's you can't be relocated, so you've done the review to relocate,
Mhm.
then you can go through the next sections of it and reduce it to 20 feet. I think, but if you don't look at it for greatest practical extent, then you cannot, it's just automatically give that 20 foot.
Well, I think that's what we're saying, is we can't. I guess I'll have to think about this and how it would have to be wordsmith, but I do agree with what you're saying, that we believe that this is the best place for this structure on this lot. Therefore, this still apply, but I just, you know, I guess if we would look at this on a typical lot, which Stuart never brings us, we got a nice flat lot, it's got something over here and something over here, and it's 100 feet from the resource. I mean, it just, that stuff
Right.
just, I was gonna say a bad word there, but that stuff just does not exist on these old lots, so, but I don't know how we're gonna get there. If we're saying it's the best practical place, and it can't be relocated, fine. If that gets us to the same thing, which allows us to do the waiver, I'm not arguing that, but if that will get us there, which makes everybody happy, but I just think this needs to be
Cleaned up.
somehow, so it's
So,
obvious, because, I mean,
well,
and once again, I'm gonna quote somebody that was on this board when you were on this board and I was on the board. Said if the state of Maine wants to come down and enforce shoreline zoning, they're more than welcome to come down. I mean, literally to add on a 10 by 11, so 111, under 200 square feet onto a small lot, and you gotta spend thousands of dollars to pick the damn thing up, to center it 5 more feet over.
right,
That's, I mean, economically, that's just, it's.
you'd probably have to cut,
it's-
some trees to do it.
Well, this isn't as bad that way, but, I mean, you would have to cut trees here, but still, it's not like a super wooded lot, except for uphill of it. I just think it's, yeah. but That's my haranguing for right now, so I would be fine with that. I believe we can use that section of the code to get to where we need to go, so I would be a yes on that.
Yeah, well, I agree, yes, do that. I think we've kicked it around every way we can. figure it out.
You okay with that, Sharon?
No, I think it's vague, and I will not vote yes.
Okay. All right, so, can I have a motion then, please? On the final.
25, okay. I make a motion that we approve the shoreline zoning application for Daniel and Lynn O'Neill, 71 Chickadee Lane, map 37, lot 2, without a sidewalk and without a public hearing. And do we need to add anything else in there?
It wasn't actually mentioned that, right? You mentioned the side setback,
Did I say this?
that we were gonna reduce the side setback.
We're gonna- I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, what?
We're gonna
Waiving
reduce
the
the side
side
setback.
setback
Yeah,
from 30 to 20.
okay, we're gonna reduce, the waiver for the side setback to 20 feet.
Okay, all those in favor?
Second.
Opposed?
Second,
Oh, I'm sorry, David,
that's all right,
you second?
I second it.
All those in favor? Opposed? 3-1. Alright, so I guess reach back out to the almighty up in Augusta and see if you can get the permit for it.
All right. So you guys just created some work for yourselves.
We're supposed to do this every single year, we're supposed to, you know.
I didn't ask for public comment, did we?
Oh, I apologize,
Is
Is anyone here, I've asked it 6 times now.
I thought we did.
Anybody have any questions on this? I'm sorry, I apologize on that. All right. Well, we're getting down
All set?
there. I believe so, I guess we got some paperwork.
Thank you, folks.
All right, Stuart. The folder's awful thick here tonight.
We'll be back.
They always seem to be. All right, the last thing on our new business is a formal site plan review for aceto sand and gravel off from Whalesback Drive and Route 26, map 10, lots 49, 49B, 49E, 49F, 480006G, 480006F. So this was a lot that was cobbled together over multiple times, so it is what it is. And that's in the, that stuff is in the, our packet. Alright,
My name's Dan Cito, owner of Aceto Sand and Gravel, and I'm here looking for acceptance to add a small storage container for storage and a small office building, portable office building, for our pit manager to meet the MSHA requirements. We are a licensed sand pit, approved through the town, licensed through DEP and MSHA to operate. Part of that compliance is providing a spot for employees to take a break. So we're looking to add that portable office over there. You can see them located right at the entrance of the pit. They do meet 50-foot setbacks from the property line and the road. There is existing utility pole that we are proposing to run underground conduit from to a small electrical pedestal behind the office, portable office, to provide heat and power in there for one employee.
the portable office is just for one person to,
During the winter, we'll probably have a few people working over there, and obviously construction slows down, but in the main season, we have one person over there loading trucks, processing materials. Just basically a spot for them to get warm and eat lunch and do some paperwork.
does an office like that have a bathroom facility?
There's a porta potty.
There's a porta potty, okay,
And shot requirement as well.
okay, yeah.
It's a shipping container turned into an office, you know,
Okay,
the heating and then finished space on the inside. And then the other one's just a same size 8x20 shipping container,
storage,
secured just to secure
yeah.
some tools and supplies.
So was it my misunderstanding on this or something, but I thought this was pretty much, whatever the term is, it for depleted on sand? I mean, are you,
No, there's still quite a bit there.
is there?
There's, yeah.
And where would that be?
Mo-
On the upper lot?
Mostly up on that,
49B?
lot 49, yeah.
Okay. And no blasting or anything of that nature?
Not yet, no.
Would that be a special permit, Scott, then?
Yeah, if we ever got into it, yeah. Through DEP and probably you guys, I'm sure.
So it's just basically gonna be still gravel extraction?
It's just a borrow pit, you know. You know, we'll be crushing some rock that we extract from the sand, we're screening the sand. So, you know, maybe once a year, or once every couple of years, we'll bring a crusher in to crush what rock we screen out of the sand, but no blasting or anything at this point.
So, when you purchase this, then there's all sorts of, because this was the proverbial you-know-what show with this.
I don't know,
Well,
yeah.
I'm sure some of the members of the audience here will probably speak on this application. And there was all sorts of issues with noise.
Yeah,
Okay, so crushing operations and so forth, so there were very strict rules put into place, so if you haven't pulled the full file on that through the code office, I would suggest that you do that
yeah,
anytime when you're getting in there, because, especially in winter, if you're gonna be sitting there crushing, no leaves, no nothing, these are all your neighbors, and we dealt with pitchforks a while ago with certain operators that were in there prior to you.
yeah.
It's nothing to do with you, it's just previous stuff, so I would reach out to the code office if you haven't got those.
You do
Because-
have it.
You have all
We
those?
do, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's-
Do you know off the top of your head what those requirements were? I mean, is it normal business hours, I would assume?
I think crushing was certain, they had to be noticed and stuff, they were doing crushing, right?
I don't remember if they had to give notice, but I remember it was very specific hours.
Mhm.
Because, and another thing associated with this lot was a previous operator there. You know, I guess how to say it politely. Didn't much care for his neighbors, so didn't give a, you know what, about starting his equipment early. I know in the wintertime, you gotta warm up your diesels and you gotta do all this other stuff. But you don't purposely go down there at 5 o'clock in the morning and start running this stuff just to warm it up, so.
Yeah.
Just make sure you read through all that stuff that was associated with that, because I don't wanna go through that experience again, in which we won't really have to, because
Neither
it
do
was
I.
all sort of laid out. When a lot of that got approved and taken care of, so, that would be my comments on this, and as I say, I didn't know there was a lot of gravel still left in that upper 17-acre piece, so, okay. I know I did get a call from a neighbor that lives up there that's built some houses that are tied into, the structures are tied into the ledge as well, they're pinned to the ledge, so they were concerned, and that's why they wanted me to ask you about the blasting and so forth, and that being a different issue going forward, will be addressed at a different time, so, yeah. Anybody else have any questions about?
I have a question about setback from the Dead Pond Road to the 20-foot by storage shed. Is that showing 50-foot cornering
From the far side,
from the far side? It would have to be from,
but it reduces to 20, correct?
not on right of ways or you get that right of way on the side, so it's 50 foot off that as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that line that's showing off that right of way is where our rocks currently are separating. The driveway to lot 48-6 is, I believe, on the back side of that far line.
So your rocks are at the 50-foot cornage,
Correct.
so the right of way is on the other side.
And we do have, I do have it on GPS as well, I had it surveyed in CAD file. We are able to lay those lines out if need be.
Well, I think it would have to be laid out, because it's like you're saying, it seems like it's on the other side of the right of way.
Right.
You understand what we're,
So the setback is 50 foot from any right of way or road.
Yeah.
So as long as it's 50 foot from those, we're gonna have to pull permits for that. You can give me that stuff with the permit application.
so for us to approve that, then we want you to basically make sure that that setback is met. And probably just have another little quick drawing like that, so it can actually go in the file. Okay. Any other thing you see on that? I mean,
No, that was
okay.
For the public.
No, we gotta do checklist first. Can't remember, was there a sign ever associated with that? Like when it was Safari Sand, all that stuff?
there was never a sign since I've been here.
Yeah, I don't remember
You
seeing.
planning on adding a
There
sign?
is a sign there now,
Your sign?
yeah.
Okay. You got a sign permit?
No.
You'll need to come in and pull a sign permit application too. I'm not really looking that way when I'm heading down 26.
It's not on 26, it's down on Wales.
Yeah,
Road.
it's,
Oh, it's off
Yeah.
Wales
it's
Drive.
on our property,
Oh,
now,
okay.
but we still need a sign permit for that.
If there was one, was there one?
There wasn't one that I ever remember.
Yeah, it's hard to say, the place was kinda in shambles when we took it over, so. Is there a number of signs allowed or sizes, or, I only ask that cause again, MSHA has certain requirements that we need to post X amount of signs with information on it,
I
so.
don't think safety signs,
Safety signs don't
we're
count.
not gonna, it's just your main sign that we're gonna be looking at.
Okay.
Just whatever, you know. How's that work, Scott? So there was stuff issued to the previous owner here, there had to have been a reclamation plan. So does that still have to be fall? I mean, that's
Yeah,
this
yeah,
new one,
he'll be
and
coming
they don't
back.
need to
We don't need to
redo.
redo it, but he'll be coming back at the 5-year, which is probably
Right.
next year or the year after.
Yeah, I have to look. I thought when we purchased it and we talked, you had said that they'd just been in, just done
I
it.
wanna say it was 3 years ago, but.
I don't know, I don't have that in my head, but I generally let everybody know the year that you need to come back, that
Okay.
it's that year,
Yep.
and here's what was given to us the last time,
Previously, yeah.
especially when there's been a change.
Mhm.
So you have it and you know what you kinda need to do
Okay.
and go forward with, so.
Thank you. All right, entertain a motion on the checklist, please.
I'll make a motion that we approve the checklist for full site plan review of Aceto Sand and Gravel, Wales Back Drive, Route 26, lot map 10, lots 49, 49B, 49E, 49F, 48, 6G, and 48, 6F is complete.
And I second that motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Now I'm gonna open it up to the public, and I'm sure we're gonna have a few people speak, so. You can just stay seated, there's mics up in the ceiling and so forth.
I'm Roger Parody. My mom lives at 11 Wellsback, and I came up in July to visit. And when I come up this time, I've noticed on the roadway from the gravel pit to the main, to 26, has a lot more cracking in the asphalt. And I was wondering, I don't know if this is the forum for that, but to maybe address, how that's going to be handled because of all the extra heavy trucks going through there. I don't know if that road was ever engineered for that, for the amount of heavy trucks going across there all the time. So, my question for that is, was that ever stipulated in the original permitting process or, approval process? When it first went in, because I was not here for that.
That private road.
Yes.
So that is a private road, is there, because God, that was developed, like Kimball, or
Yeah,
whoever,
I was thinking Chris Kimball, yeah.
years and years ago, so there's probably not even a road maintenance agreement. Do you know if there's a road maintenance agreement on any of your
Wasn't
deeds?
I-
that
no.
wasn't Kimball that did the.
No, I don't believe so. I didn't see anyone, I was looking at the deeds and stuff.
Well,
It wasn't Kimball that did the original, it was, the guy that owned all the lots
Oh,
originally. I can't remember his name.
yeah, I think I know who you mean.
He actually, he
Was there
developed all
anything
those,
on the deeds
Yeah.
as
Kimball
far as the
did
road
that.
maintenance?
part of Philip.
Parking there,
Okay,
yeah.
Bill, yeah, because you have mine up there.
Yeah, done.
Dunn's, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I'm gonna get a laugh at least. If Jimmy was here, damn it, he could have told us.
That's true, that's true. Exact date and time.
And how many loads he took out of
That's
it.
right.
Yeah,
That's the original
On a
pit,
daily basis.
and he developed the road as well.
Right, so,
There probably was a handshake between him and his left and right hand.
I don't know how to answer that right now, sir, but, we can look into that, I guess, in the original approval,
Okay.
because even when Dunn was doing it, none of this stuff even mattered until probably Bolduc came in here and then, cause he got drawn through all sorts of stuff here.
right.
And I don't know if we addressed it then, because once again, they weren't, fleet of heart either, I mean, they were trucking tons of stuff out of there originally, so. But we'll have to look into that, I guess.
Okay.
Any other questions from you, sir?
I think that's about all I had. I mean, as far as everything else, it's copacetic. I mean, the noise issue's not a problem before, if it's 10 PM to 6 AM, that's fine. That's not an issue for us.
Anyone
Yeah.
else?
I got somebody.
Yeah.
James Quinn, I live on Phillips Way. We just moved in 2-3 years ago. When I first saw the invitation to come here, I saw site lighting. it doesn't look like it's gonna be too extreme, but I just
No,
wanted to make
just-
sure it's just to light up the office and stuff.
Just like one light over
That's
the main
good.
door, we've had some
Light it up.
security issues there, we've had some equipment vandalized already, so we're just trying to deter somebody from, you know, I mean, loader's a couple $100,000,
Yeah.
so.
So it doesn't mean that you're gonna be
We're-
working nights
It's not
as
gonna
well
No,
as
no,
days?
no,
Oh,
It's
no,
not
we
gonna-
wanna be good neighbors, we don't wanna be like the other guys. I don't know who they were, but we don't wanna be like them.
Just read back in your deed chain, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure I can. Yeah, no, just a very small one light over the main door going in.
street light.
Nope,
No, it's gotta be full cutoff
And it
lighting,
will be-
light can't leave the property.
it will be pointed basically, you know, if your back's to Wales back, like towards the bank of sand, so it won't be to the right, won't be to the left, it'll kind of be down directly in front where like our loader and stuff is parked, so.
Anybody else?
That was the only thing I was concerned about was the light pollution, because I like to be able to look at the
I
stars.
keep
and
my lights off, 'cause that's the
Yeah,
same thing,
yeah.
I like it dark.
I've been there 30 years and it's been dark and.
Yep, no, we
Nice,
don't.
but I get it with, yeah, the break-ins, I'm sure.
Yeah, we've had windows busted out already and
Wow.
mud smeared all over equipment and somebody had put some metal stuff underneath the back of the tires so you wouldn't really see it when you go to take off, so.
That's crazy.
Well, I think maybe some ring cameras and some
Yeah,
security at
yeah,
some point
yeah.
possibly.
Just for everybody that is down there,
Yeah.
because we do have some.
My car was stolen out of my driveway
Yeah,
last year.
was it, yeah, so. Again, we want, you know, I mean, I can give you guys all my personal cell phone number, like,
That'd be awesome.
we don't wanna fight with anybody, you know, and
Yeah, I mean, his information's also in this packet, you can go right online through the code office and all of this is in there as well, but.
I think, you know, some people have come over and grabbed some rock and some loam and, you know, so. We're there to be neighbors, we don't wanna fight.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
Are there hours of operation
There are under the previous,
Yeah,
for the previous? Okay.
Yeah. that was the main thing and it's, and I don't remember if crushing was allowed on Saturday and if it was, I think.
We
it was
don't
only
work
till noon.
weekends.
You don't do weekends?
We don't, right now, our winter hours are 7 to 3, you know, they'll get there around 6:30 to let a loader warm up, but,
Mhm.
you know, they're not gonna be slamming tailgates or anything. The only thing, I guess worth having a conversation now, we do a fair amount of emergency work for municipalities, like emergency water main breaks and stuff.
Mhm.
I know once already, I don't know if it was one of you guys who
Yeah.
called me.
Yeah, I was
Um,
just, it was just concerning, because it's like, why are the trucks going in?
Yeah, so, you know, obviously water main breaks aren't very convenient timing, we can't control it.
Mhm.
So there are times that we need to go there to get aggregate to backfill a street or something. Any given day or time, but I mean, it's usually only a couple loads of material. If it becomes an issue, then, you know, we can try to address it. We do try to keep some material out of shop in Sabatis as well. We just don't always have equipment there to load it, so. It's not frequent, but
No, I appreciate you bringing that up.
it's unfortunately not planned either, so.
Right. And I think we all can agree that, you know, something like that, it's not gonna be an
Yeah.
issue, because we're not gonna hold up, you know, repair work for, you know, water main breaks and
Yeah.
stuff, so.
But yeah, but by all means, if there's issues, don't, I mean, my cell phone number, like I said, feel more than free to call it, I think we've talked a few
Yes,
times.
yes. You're excellent at responding,
So,
excellent.
feel free to reach out.
Wow, this is unusual.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else from the audience, you
More
good
people
with
like
your
this.
says?
No, this is unusual though, we ought to have a toast.
Yeah. Well, we can go down to Nunsuch and he's buying. All right, I guess if there's nobody else from the public that wishes to speak about that, and thank you for addressing any of
Yeah,
your
of course,
concerns.
yeah.
It's, we'll go a long ways, like you said.
Yeah, no, we're-
All right, let's go into the formal then, please.
I'll make a motion that we approve the formal site plan review for Aceto Sand and Gravel, Whalesback Drive in Route 26, map 10, lots 49, 49B, 49E, 49F, 48-6G, and 48-6F. Is approved,
And,
with no sidewalk and no public hearing.
and just the fact that Scott can approve that side setback, they'll have to do another site drawing here, just showing that it's actually
Right,
50 feet to the
50.
Connex from the dead pond.
okay, that will provide a new.
Yeah, I'll get
site
an
plan
updated
for it.
map, and, I don't know, Scott, if you wanna meet over there, I can get my GPS set up, so we can confirm where that line is, just to make sure. And, I'll get that signed permit as well.
Yeah, that's something easy for you to do. What's that called, dead pond road?
Do you want a second?
I do as soon as I write this down. I can't think and right.
Good thing I'm between you two.
As far as the road, I mean, I know it's just you guys that live there, but if there is no kind of road association or something, then, you know, I'm in favor of whatever we gotta do to try to draft one and pay our portion of it, for sure,
Okay.
so.
That was just my concern, because it's, you know, when I was up here in July, it was nowhere near where it is now, so.
Right.
It's just a lot of weight right in that area, and it's
Yeah.
starting to crack.
Yeah.
That was kind of the only thing.
Every once in a while, some rocks land on there and
Yeah.
they'll go hit them, and then
Yeah.
the truck's driving over them and pushing them.
So, but, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and that was just my concern, because it's like, you know, dump trucks don't really care about little potholes, but,
Yeah.
you know, POVs, we do.
Yeah, well, we doing dump trucks too, cause they're expensive to fix.
Okay, Cheryl, you gonna do a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor? All right, so you got a couple of little small things to deal with Scott on, and appreciate you coming in and
Of course.
allaying the fears of your neighbors.
Absolutely, appreciate everybody's time.
Thank you folks for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay.
Those are mine.
Oh, those are yours, you're gonna be reading.
So we got a findings of fact and conclusion of law for a formal site plan application from UC Properties LLC,
Nice to meet you.
Main Street, map 6, lot 47, sublots 3 and 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody had a chance to go down through this. George, Yep, we got enough to do it, so.
Yes.
I'll take a motion, unless anyone has any corrections.
I don't have any. I'll make a motion that we approve the finding of facts and conclusions of law for a formal site plan application, UC Properties LLC, Main Street, map 6, lot 47, sublots 3 and 4. As presented, conditions of approval, no site walk necessary, and no public hearing. And do we have to read those other
No, we
things?
don't have to.
And stormwater and law permits.
Someone wanna do a second on that?
I wasn't here.
Oh,
Oh,
Second that?
Yes. You have
Sorry.
to.
I know we do.
All right, all those in favor? 3-0.
okay.
All right, we almost hit the deadline, so, but I'm glad we got all that through so people can get their stuff done. Dave, you got anything going for you?
I don't. How about you?
I'm gonna come to myself and say maybe if we have to look at that 504.3F, whatever jargon, just put that as something for the stuff going forward.
Yes, we only have one thing from our office, and we do need to work on CLUC stuff.
Mhm.
So if there's something, because I don't have anything, you haven't given me anything this year. This is the first time. So that would be the only two things, and that would be something I would be putting on the agenda for next time. That we need to work on, depending on how busy our schedule is.
Yeah.
So,
We haven't heard anything from anybody in our dealings, other than maybe tweaking this little thing here, to make it
Right.
read better. All right, can I have a, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's nice to have applicant like that come in. I mean, he seems like he's, wanted to work with everyone, including, us, but the neighbors and everything. I think that was refreshing.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it really is.
And I just have one other thing, and I don't wanna go backwards here, but I brought that question up about those chambers because of the mall, where up here, and the size of their leach field. because I don't think I made it clear when we approved that at this point, but that showed where you can add chambers to it, and I just wanted to make sure they had room to add additional chambers to it too. Because the amount, it's hard to say it now, but the amount of flow that goes in there, they know their flow rate. And, you know, person like George Brickless or whoever does them would know how to calculate those. That's why that was what I think going forward, if that becomes an issue, that they can cure it by adding chambers to it versus having to look for another site for their septic.
Well, that depends, you can't always do that, it depends on the site and where it
Right, well,
is.
that's why I didn't know, I wanted, at the time, I said, is there space up there for that? That was all my point was, because I don't think I made it clear, or you understood what I was asking, you know, so, but anyway, that's why I kind of reiterated that, that's all, so.
Okay.
Anyway.
Makes sense.
Cheryl, you got anything?
I don't.
Scott?
All
Sarah,
I
we got
have is just the CLUC, so if there's anything else, if you could let us, you know, bring it with you for next time. I know 2 people have said that they're potentially bringing, our deadline's tomorrow because we're closed Thursday, Friday. So 2 people have said that they are potentially bringing something in. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but potentially we will have a December 9th meeting, so.
Okay.
All right.
One final motion.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second. All those in favor? Good night, everybody.
Good night.